All right. Welcome back to Euzoia. Week 4, we will talk about how to stay healthy and some weird things I wasn't aware of before that can get you pretty far without doing a lot. I'm, as every week, Christoph, and I'm here with
Cameron, and this is going to be the weird and wacky other category, I suppose.
the weird and wacky. Yes.
I think it'll be some unusual interventions, but also ones that can really help you as well. So excited to get into this one.
All right. You want to kick us off with the first weird and wacky thing?
For sure. I mean, this one not that wacky, but we'll start slow and get into the more crazy ones. So starting with oral health, this one actually accounts for a lot of worldwide mortality. So it's actually very important. The mechanism for this is poor oral hygiene allows bacteria into your bloodstream, increases systemic inflammation, risk of heart disease, diabetes, and more. I think there's even links with like Alzheimer's and dementia. So this one, hopefully everyone's doing this already, but using an electric toothbrush morning and evening for 2 minutes. Having gum actually can help you after lunch, just to clear your mouth out. And then gargling. This was one I learned about recently. And if you gargle, it can actually reduce your chance of getting sick by 30%, I think, for things like flu and cold. So gargling 2 or 3 times a day can help as well. Really good one to add to your routine that will stop you getting sick.
Yeah, I didn't do it before. I think we also verified this 30% thing with Consensus app, my favorite app for like verifying anything scientific. And yeah, it's crazy. Like I think I'm gonna start gargling.
Mm-hmm.
And like on the same train of just not getting sick, I talked with this like bio-risk friend about this, like, hey, what's the best thing you can do to not get sick? And he was like, just get your flu shot. And like guilty. I didn't get my flu shot this year. I was in bed for a full week, couldn't really move, couldn't even watch Netflix. It was probably the worst week of my life, not of my life, but like of the last 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if I would have gargled, gotten my flu shot, and washed my hands regularly, and maybe even wore a mask in public settings, I probably wouldn't have gotten this. So yeah, get your flu shots. Wash your hands. Adds another 10% risk reduction on getting sick. And yeah, the one thing I also didn't know, if you get sick or if you feel like you're getting sick, I think a lot of people take vitamin C. That's wrong. Like vitamin C is like fun to take to boost your immune system in general. Like you probably get enough vitamin C already. What you can do is you can take zinc once you feel like you're getting sick. And this has been shown to reduce the days that you're sick by 2. So another like super easy intervention you can do without big costs. And I think being sick 2 days less is massive.
Yeah, and I mean, just for taking a small lozenge seems like very, very high value to do. And I think like you said, stacking these up actually start to see quite significant differences. So they may seem small, but when you stack them up, it makes a big difference. So onto the next topic. This one, it's not going to be advice from us as much, but like going to your doctor, I think some people have psychological thing against going. So getting a regular checkup. Most countries have guidelines for this. You can easily look this up online. And then getting your vaccinations. There's actually some new vaccinations coming out now. I think even for like stuff like malaria, there's an improved shingles vaccine. So it's worth checking out the new ones as well. This can be pretty nasty stuff to get. And then finally, being honest with your doctor. You often hear stories of people who had something like bowel cancer or, these kind of like more taboo areas or whatever. So being honest and like speaking to your doctor and seeing how they can help you can be really beneficial as well. And now I think we're going on to supplements.
Yes, on the vaccines, like I already told you to get your flu shot. I've had friends get the shingles vaccine recently, and I think at least in the Netherlands, you still have to pay out of pocket for it. But it's apparently like a lot better, and getting shingles is like really not fun. So again, like if you're on your phone right now, just put it in your calendar to check it out. I think it's worth the time. All right, on the list of other easy things to do is I think just like get the basic supplement stack, right? I think it's like easy to get confused when you're on the internet, like listening to all kinds of like podcasters and reading Substack, and there's like 110 supplements you could take. I think the consensus is everybody should probably take omega-3. That's for your brain health. The reasoning here is we used to eat fish basically all of our lives. We are creatures that came from the ocean a long time ago. Omega-3 is something that comes from algae and you just need for your health. Very cheap, very easy. The other thing that you can easily get is creatine. Creatine is probably the most researched supplement there is. originally used by gym bros. I have last week already said that I am a converted gym bro, and it turns out it's not just good for your muscles, but also for your brain. Super safe, super easy, just take it. And then the other three are vitamin D3. I think we've all heard about it. Just in case you forgot, just get it. And magnesium is best taken before bed, helps you with your sleep, helps you with like muscle aches. Also super safe. And if you're on a vegan diet or mostly vegan, then getting some vitamin B12 is probably also a good idea. The fun fact I've recently heard is that for a lot of factory farmed beef, they just give vitamin B12 to the cows. So it feels like more natural maybe, but at the end of the day, we just all get it through supplements.
Amazing. Yeah, maybe one or two fun hacks I have for supplements. One is like take one of your supplements in a gummy form so that you kind of start the chain, because you know you're going to want to take the gummy. And then the second one is what I do is I on Amazon have it set up as like subscribe. So I just if it's like a 90-day 90 tablets, I'll have it on subscribe every 90 days. So
I love that idea. And I actually got like one of these like old people pill boxes the other day where it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Like you just have to sit down once, put them all in. It feels like so satisfying to take them out of the box every day. I recommend becoming an old person for your supplements.
Yeah, maybe I need a larger pill box. I think I'm taking so many, it might not fit in the thing. Cool. So I think our last topic is, this is also a very trendy kind of not quite gym bro, but maybe health bro. And this is like hot and cold exposure. So I think the intuition here is like putting some stress on your body similar to the gym makes it kind of stronger and more immune to day-to-day stress. So the kind of two interventions is sauna. Brian Johnson just did an amazing video on this. I definitely recommend checking that out. Sauna is actually looking like one of the best health interventions next to like exercise, diet, sleep, all these things. Reduces all-cause mortality, heart stuff, Alzheimer's, all these things. So definitely worth checking out. I think the protocol for it is a bit brutal. You're meant to have it at like 90 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, which seems insanely high. But
I can't do that. No, not possible.
yeah, I think doing anything will probably help you. So definitely one like worth looking into and trying as well. And then second to that is doing like brief cold showers. Has been shown to reduce sick rates by 30% and less risky than doing cold plunge as well. So these are two interventions that can help. I think really good additions. There's also some like stress related things in terms of like reducing stress and feeling like generally better day to day. So definitely worth checking these ones out as well. Yeah. And Christoph, I think over to you to wrap up.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah? We have like the cold showers reduce your flu in getting sick by 30%. Then we had the flu shot, another 30%. Then washing your hands, another 10%. Then gargling, another 30%. I think like you shouldn't add up percentages, but like even if you account for some interactions, I think like if you just do like these basic things, you're not going to get sick next winter. And that's like totally worth it. Nobody wants to be sick. Mm-hmm. All right. That brings us to what you can do right now, because like we're all busy. I think the nice thing with this week's stuff is it's not like you have to like now start exercising 3 days a week. Instead, probably the best thing is subscribe to this newsletter and put some time in your calendar to, I don't know, this weekend or something, just go through the stuff and do the no-brainers. Some of those are just like order the supplements, get some zinc in case you get sick, and maybe experiment with like habit stacking. So like I just put like a little thing next to my toothbrush that remembers me to start gargling now whenever I brush my teeth. And like if you're up for an adventure, maybe try some cold showers after your warm one. I've been through cycles where I tried this for a few months and then stopped again and tried again and stopped again. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do another cycle of those. I'm just like too much of a warm shower guy. But yeah, experiment with a few things, see what works for you. And then, of course, subscribe to this podcast if you haven't yet, because we have like a full year of other stuff coming up. Next week will be staying safe. So most of us do lots of things in our lives that we know isn't maybe super good for us, but we still do because it's fun. And I think there it's all about like knowing the risks and assessing the risks correctly. And we're going to talk a bit how to best do that. And yeah. Anything else from your side, Cam?
Yeah, maybe just to emphasize, all these interventions together can maybe save you like 1 to 3 days of productivity from not being sick. And that's like a tremendous gain to your life. So, and you don't feel sick. So, I think just to emphasize like these things can really help in the long term. Add that up over a few years. That's going to be a decent bit more life you're living.
It's a good bang for the buck. Love it. All right. See you guys next week. And now comes the outro jingle.
See you next week.